The red wall revolution.
Yes, so we've had Boris bikes, we've had Boris buses, now we're getting Boris boroughs up and down the country as part of the levelling up agenda. So this is something we've heard a lot about ever since the last election. Really was supposed to be the flagship policy of this government, but kind of got scuppered by the pandemic and everything else that's happened since. So it's Michael Gove finally bringing forward this white paper. There's discussion of, again, these 20 areas around the country which will have new investment and an attempt to just spread opportunity around. But as you've already been talking about, Stephen, there's already questions about whether or not this is actually going to be transformative. A lot of old money being moved around.
Does it matter?
As long as the money is spent.
Yeah, as long as the money is getting to these areas that need it. Does it matter?
I think it definitely makes a difference that this is at least being focused on, that this fund at least exists. But the question is, how transformative is it actually going to be, I guess? Because for a long time, one thing that's plagued the government on this is this a policy or is this just a slogan? And at the moment, I think a lot of people feel it is just a slogan at this point.
Oh, interesting. What do you think, Claire?
Well, I think something has to be done, and I think politically he needs all the help he can get. Boris, the Prime Minister, and I think going forward the whole Conservative Party, if it has to have any credibility, because so much has been lost. I think anything at all to get into cities, council areas that are in abject poverty and heights of deprivation really do fundamentally need the help, and I think it's a social justice to help these boroughs. But the thing that concerns me, though, is they're talking about more mayors, more devolved powers. And we know what happens when power is devolved. It becomes even more toxic at times. And then there's less accountability.
You just create more bureaucracy somehow.
That's it. And then there's more layers of administration, which is layers of more cost.
But where they have, in the past, spent money on certain cities, I think of Glasgow particularly, where they really do spend money, it does transform a city, doesn't it?
And, you talk about Glasgow, unfortunately, fortunately I am from there, but the SNP have absolutely killed Scotland and cities in Scotland. So that's a complete devolved power. So in terms of putting money in, there has to be accountability, and that's where I think this might have a downfall. And we spoke about we've been speaking about HS2. Is that the light that will shine on the north? I think we need to get our city, our infrastructure correct first. And I think then by doing that, investing in teaching, social care, which we're just about to move on to here, and then I think it will be moves towards helping people.
Well,